What if I tell you say one of the oldest flood story in the world did not come only from Mesopotamia or India, e come from Africa, and e get better secret wey connect all of us. Make you sit down well and hear the gist. For the next few minutes, you go hear one story wey connect Africa, yes, your own roots, to a global flood narrative so powerful. It echoes across continents. E no be just history, na who we be and na why e matter now. For world wey dey crave for unity, we go see how old time flood don join all of us together. You don hear about Noah flood before, abi? A huge deluge, ark, family wey dem save, rainbow promise, or maybe Gilgamesh story of nation survive the flood. Na so everybody sabi am. Sacred, dramatic, familiar, we dey learn for school, dey see for art, and everybody accept am as the main world flood story. But what if I tell you there is a compelling, verified African flood tradition, less known but deeply ancient, and its ripples travel far beyond its original home? For Egypt, archaeologists and historians don show say one big pre-dynastic flood happen, like 9,000 to 8,000 years ago. Sahara lakes full, rain come strong, e rush enter Nile valley, radically transforming landscapes and cultures. No be small seasonal water. This was cataclysmic change. It make hunter-gatherers to settle, start farm, build societies along the river banks. That is where our story starts, not in the Middle East, but deep in Africa. From here, traders, migrants, scholars, and yes, storytellers disperse these flood memories, embedding them in different tongues, different lands. Could it be that pre-dynastic deluge ignited the idea of the flood across the ancient world? Let's walk through the evidence. Geologists don find big show for old lakes for Sahara, Lake Megachad, Lake Fayum, like 11,000 to 5,000 years back, draining catastrophically towards the Nile basin. The surge would have been terrifying. People for area still dey remember am for their oral story. For Egyptian myth, dem get story of Nun, the primordial waters before creation, and Ta, Atum, creation born from water chaos. These are not Noah, but they echo the same call: water, survivor, renewal. All over Africa, Ethiopia, Nigeria, West Africa, dem get flood stories too. Dodgem people for Mali speak of floods sent by Nomo, amphibious beings that saved early humanity. In Yoruba traditions in Nigeria, the god of Obatala descends to create land from the primordial waters. The echoes are everywhere. And here is where it gets unbelievable. Similar flood tales pop up from the Indus Valley to South America. We are talking thousands of miles, centuries apart, yet telling almost the same story. How did these legends travel? Through trade caravans, Nile traders, early sailors, and the African diaspora. Africa don dey like superhighway for culture since time, not isolated. Real scholars show how Egyptian flood wahala show for Hittite, Sumerian, even Indian texts. So imagine a shared well of memory beginning in Africa, flowing outward. This flood narrative isn't just an ancient tale. It shaped religion, identities, even morality around the world. Knowing this is not just academic, it restores Africa's central role in the epic of human history. It prompts us to ask, if our ancestor stories began there, is it not time we honor that origin? Here is the jaw dropper. Recent archaeological dating suggests some of the mega floods in Africa happened around the same time as the date given in Noah's flood in biblical chronology, about 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. That is not a coincidence. It's a matched echo. The same memories, traveling continents, preserved differently, but echoing the same event. Unbelievable, right? And it dey make us to ask, abi know an African story wey dem dey retell? I know it's a bold claim, but we go break am down slow. Think for a moment, where did your earliest stories come from? What ancient tales shape your understanding of the world? And if it traces back to Africa, does that change how you feel about human connectedness? And no be only this African treasure dey hide. Later for the video, you will hear about rare archaeological find, a vessel, no be ark, buried under African sand. We go rewrite a major chapter in flood mythology. Don't click away. If you enjoyed this journey already, hit that like button. Help more people uncover these untold stories. Let's share the mystery. So wetin we learn? The great flood story wey connect Africa to the world no be only myth, na living legacy. E dey remind us say we no be separate myth, na one shared story of survival, invention and rebirth. More than that, e dey make us respect Africa well well as fountain of civilization, oral story as real history barrier, and stories wey dey join us through time. If dis story ginger you, subscribe to Archive Gist. Every week, we go dive enter another hidden story. Tap the bell icon make you no miss the next connection wey fit shake wetin you think say you sabi.